back, kind of? What do you think? You guys want to all be on? Yeah? Okay, and then just we'll have you step up to the mics one at a time.
Hey, Pat,
yes.
Before everybody gets started, there is a bathroom right there. Probably don't want to use it with cameras rolling. There are 2 other restrooms, one behind the store and one upstairs. That's my only thing I needed to say.
And so, Shelley, Ezekiel is going to make a comment, and do you want to as well?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll call you up.
Okay, I'll just hand it.
Okay. Go. Yeah? Everybody? Good sound, etc.? Okay, great. So, thanks for gathering. The Multnomah County District Attorney's Office is announcing the arrest and prosecution of 2 members of a burglary ring that investigators believe includes 10 or more people who preyed upon more than 100 businesses in the greater Portland area. Portland police are continuing to investigate the ring with the goal of identifying anyone and everyone involved and to hold them accountable. And if there are folks out there who believe that they've been victims, police would love to hear from you. According to the probable cause affidavit, video surveillance shows that the burglaries committed by an organized crime ring and targeted restaurants, bars, lounges, and other commercial spaces in Multnomah County. A grand jury has indicted Courtney Savannah Carlisle, 27 years old, on 35 charges, including burglary in the first degree, which is a Class A misdemeanor. The grand jury has also indicted Joshua Patrick Lucero, 33 years old, on 50 charges, including burglary in the first degree, aggravated theft in the first degree, and criminal mischief in the first degree. Class A felonies, by the way, are the most serious. Each can result in a prison term of up to 20 years and a fine of up to $375,000 or both. We have a great lineup of speakers for you, and you're going to hear from all of them, and I'll ask you each to introduce yourselves and then maybe spell your name, say your name and spell it, and then off we go. And then we'll also have Q&A after their prepared statements. And then finally, if you want to pull somebody off to the side afterwards for a one-on-one, you can certainly do that, okay? We're going to start with Multnomah County District Attorney Nathan Vasquez.
Well, good morning. My name is Nathan Vasquez. My last name is spelled V as in Victor, A-S-Q-U-E-Z. I am the District Attorney for Multnomah County. And I'm here today to talk about these indictments and to say that, quite frankly, this is one of the largest burglary rings that I've seen in my over 2 decades of time as a prosecutor. And I'll tell you, the fact that we're talking about nearly 100 businesses is absolutely infuriating. We live in an amazing community, but this is wholly unacceptable. Our businesses need to feel like they can come and contribute and be a part of our community, make these investments, and feel like they don't have to worry about each day when they come in, are their windows smashed, are their products stolen, are their supplies gone. So this today, the cooperation between our local law enforcement with Portland Police Bureau, with the District Attorney's Office, and how we are going to actively and diligently every day go after this. This is unacceptable behavior in our community, and what I want to say very directly is that to those that would to those that are going to prey upon the employees in our fine city, we're coming after you. I'm going to hold you accountable, and this is not going to be tolerated in our community. So today is an example of what happens when we come together, when the businesses, I want to give them an immense amount of credit. They called out to us and said, please come and help. The police met with us, we worked together, and we responded, and this is what can happen when we all come together to help these fine businesses as they're trying to do their part to make this an amazing community. So I appreciate you being here today, and I look forward to this discussion.
Alex, why don't you step up and introduce yourself, please?
Good morning. My name is Alexander Garsha. I'm a Deputy District Attorney with the Multnomah County District Attorney's Office. I am the Deputy District Attorney assigned to these matters. As the District Attorney, interest of Portland Police Bureau and the District Attorney's Office and the business owners to identify the remaining individuals involved, seek them out.
My name is Consider Vosu, V as in Victor, O-S-U. I'm the acting detective for property crimes at East Precinct in the Neighborhood Response Team Office. The collaboration between the District Attorney's Office and the businesses, the victims, has been fantastic. These crimes there are scores of businesses that have been affected, tens of thousands of dollars. The suspects, the arrestees in these cases, have used these funds they've stolen to fund their lifestyle of travel, of fine dining.
And we'll have a couple of business owners talk to you now. Ezekiel, would you like to come up and make a statement on the impact this has had on your business and your customers?
Okay, I'll try.
And say your name and spell it, please.
My name is Ezekiel. My last name Gutierrez, Gutierrez, and I am one more of those business owners in the community. They came here and hoping to do a business, you know, support the community, invest our funds in this area. And after all, almost 3 years in, it's still facing the same issues we started with. Even before we opened, we had heaters, thousands of dollars in damages, and it has been going on few months apart. Many break-ins in every way or form, stealing goods, materials, money, the damages itself set us back every time when we think we got better. And for the last 3 years, trying to find solutions, reach out, find answers, and honestly, not much help was happening for their actions. Finally see that something is happening, something, and hope that this time these people actually gonna get what they deserve and allow us to actually do business, come to be part of the community, invest our resources, generate jobs and do something, but also to feel okay to go home and just have the businesses now to be worrying every day about the same thing. That deters customers from coming in. They don't think the community or the area is safe for them to come. We had to, you know, pay out of our own money every month, few $1,000s just in private security on top of everything. And it's just more money that we have to invest over and over and over. And it's still the same situation. It's going forever. So I'm glad to hear that this time something is going to be done about it and that we're going to be okay. I mean, I'm very hopeful. This was a beautiful community. I mean, people were free, okay, to go out and enjoy a dinner, a drink, and business were thriving. And now many areas are doing okay, but in this specific area, business are dying. Every day you see something happening, someone just giving up and leaving town. And we invest so much money and resources in this area, time, effort, and all the headaches we have along the way. So I want to hear, I want to see the change, you know. I'm glad that District Attorney Vasquez is working on it. And I mean, at this point, I have hope. I have hope that this time, I never see this community getting together like this and trying to make a change. So that's what I'm looking for. And that's it.
Thank you. And the restaurant is Mi Cava and Cochina. It's on 97th in Southeast Washington. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So next we'll have Shelley, who's been very generous in hosting us here. This business has also been one of the burglary victims.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Shelley Garrett. I'm the Executive Director of Artichoke Community Music. This community has been around for 53 years. We've been here on PAL since 2017. In that time, we've had 11 burglaries, 8 in the last 4 years. This one was different. These people were absolutely professionals, and I'm so thankful that the Portland Police were able to catch them, do that. And also the DA's office for actually charging them, and hopefully they will get the justice they deserve. We lost $8,000 worth of guitars, 4 guitars. We were targeted. They came in here and did whatever they wanted to do and left. We will probably never see those guitars again. The only good thing is that our community is so supportive. They were able to give us enough donations that we have significantly increased our security with ADT, and our rep is here today. Thank you. Also, we've had so many come here, but the outpouring from the community has been great. Now that we have the support of the police and the DA's office, I feel a lot better about running this business. You know, it's a nonprofit. To hit us is even more heinous. Anyway, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Shelley. So if you have questions for the business owners or for these folks gathered, let us know. Oh, by the way, is Nick Schumann here?
That's me.
Oh, well, Nick, come on up. Nick is the owner of Grasa,
Yeah, Gracias, Mauro.
and also one of the people who's been victimized. If you just step on up and let them know
Hi, my name is Nick Sherman. I'm operating partner at Lardo and Grassa and Bluto's and all over Portland area. You know, in the past 4 months, we've been burglarized by this group, I believe, 6 times. Starting back in September, they first hit our location there. We weren't able to put the pieces together until the second time, and that was in November, I believe. And since then, we've had 4 more, most recently last week. You know, I'm super stoked that we got these people off the street. I just hope that we can get the rest of them because it's not going to stop until we get them all. So I guess that's really all I have to say. You know,
What's the impact been on your business?
the impact, you know, it's mostly damages. You know, they've been able to make access to our safes and made away with monetary value, but that's the insignificant part. It really is the, you know, thousands of dollars worth of damages, anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000 per time as they make entry, whether it be the doors or using power tools to get into our safes that we have to replace every time, you know, and then also bulking up the safes each time, trying to figure out how to outsmart these folks. You know, we have invested in security. We've talked about going cashless. All of those didn't seem like great ideas, but we did. You know, we have done all those things, and we're just going to keep doing what we're doing and hope it gets better.
Who has questions?
I had a question for the Portland Police Department. You know, I commend you and thank you for your work on this, but, you know, just as recently as last week, we had another break-in with what has been told to me to be the ringleader of the group. In response time, I have an alarm. It's an auto call. I actually said it was an active break-in, and it was still about an hour before anyone showed up. You know, response time, to which, you know, they left about 2 minutes before the police department got there. So what is the solution to actually getting a response to these break-ins in action, not just at post?
So I'm Sergeant Craig Anderson. I'm the supervisor of the East Neighborhood Response Team. That's actually a more complex question than I can give you a simple answer to. The reality of it is the Police Bureau is still understaffed. The Police Bureau is taking action to mitigate that. We're hiring. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head. Mr. Benner may know those and may be able to speak on our recruiting and our hiring practices. But so if that happened in the middle of the night, I mean, it is a lean patrol response in those operating hours. And is that a great answer? No.
The follow-up, if I could, is we knew this ring was actively hitting over and over and over again. 5:30 in the morning is when they were the most active, from what I've been told. You know, I just don't understand how an alarm comes in for an active break-in and it's not the top priority when we're actively seeking and spending these resources trying to find these people.
And one of the steps that we're taking during this investigation with these individuals is we did dedicate resources several times to try to catch them in a net, so to speak. Unfortunately, we didn't. It was the investigation and heads up on patrol officers during a day shift out at East Precinct that ultimately captured these 2 suspects.
I could add to Mike Benner with the Portland Police. Response times is top of mind. He's evaluating every possible way to fix that. As Sergeant Anderson alluded to, it is a very complex issue. And so there is, say there's an assault happening, or we have to prioritize, and so we have to go to the threat against a life. So there's a lot that goes into it, but I want you to know this is something Chief Day is very passionate about, and he's evaluating ways to improve that. And I don't have the number off the top of my head. That the number has improved, the minutes, the response times, but it's something that Chief is working on all the time. And we appreciate that question.
And I would echo what Mr. Benner says. That I know that is a priority for the Chief of Police. He recognizes that as something that should improve. The community staffing and the mechanism in place to improve on that.
Thank you.
I have a question also for police. Beyond the staffing challenges you just mentioned, what other challenges did you face? Why did it take 100 businesses being hit to put this together?
So they're not staying at one specific place for a very long period of time. They're using the funding that they've stolen to move from motel to motel, and they're couch surfing, which makes them ultimately difficult to locate. It it took a lot of diligence and a lot of collaboration in order to arrest the two that we have, and just let it be known that we're making headway on other suspects right now. There should be some developments in the very near future.
I'm curious how police was able to make the
Help with the victims, business owners of this crime, who are playing an active role in giving us the information that we need in order to connect the dots between one crime and the next. The two that we have were not masked up in a couple of the burglaries, so we were able to identify them ultimately and arrest them. As Sergeant Anderson had said, East Day Shift had done a great job of disseminating this information and ultimately locating them and placing them under arrest.
And speaking of surveillance, I'll be sending out about 18 minutes worth of surveillance at different businesses as soon as I get back to the office.
One more question, if you don't mind. With that being said, I guess, I think that what we've captured so far is really a tip of an iceberg. I can tell you that I'm pretty close with the restaurant community in town. A lot of people don't report crimes because of the lack of action in the past. I guess my question being, how come the detectives and the police department haven't reached out kind of businesses, even if it were through Instagram or social media, saying, have you been broken into? Do you have footage of these people? Like touching for that.
I can speak on this. Hi, I'm Officer Walker. I'm one of the investigators on this. I had done that quite a few times. I don't know, there might have been a few I missed, but one of the strategies I used was going into running every single restaurant that I could find, looking at their history and reviewing burglaries that I thought were related. So any of those burglaries, I'd call these places, see if it was related, review the report, see if they went directly for the safe, forced entry, people with masks. I use that to kind of tie all of these cases together and find victims myself.
There was a break-in overnight at the Escape Bar on Sandy. They said they've been broken in multiple times. There was the pickle jar team store that was broken into. There was a Gresham car wash that was broken into using a Sawzall type tool. Are these being looked at as connected? And when you hear of a break-in, how much are you honing in on it being a part of this larger ring?
I am aware of the Gresham one. I am working with the Gresham detective on that one as well. It kind of just takes like a more in-depth investigation into this. A lot of the time we're connecting it with either vehicles, just the way they end up breaking in. We don't see this type of break-in very often. So as soon as I hear forced entry, sawzalls on the safes, things like that, my ears perk up. That's when I contact the business, review video footage, see what we have. If we can connect it, then now we have new leads onto possibly new vehicles being used or things.
Just out of curiosity, what about the other two? Well, I mentioned especially the one overnight with the Escape Bar. Is that?
That is not on my radar yet, but I will look into that.
Do you want me to address a little bit of this too? Sure. Yeah. So one thing that is happening within the district attorney's office to address this is our bill. We use data, and so specifically this is absolutely a call for businesses to report. As we've heard here today, sometimes they're not being reported because there's a feeling that nothing's going to be done. And we're here today to see prosecution. What we do is we use a data analyst to comb through those reports, to find commonalities, to put these cases together, to really get at this so that hopefully it doesn't reach this level. Because, I'm sad to say that, while this one is terrible, it's not going to be our last. As we talk, we're talking about stuff that happened last night, right? So what we need to do is continue to come together as a community, law enforcement, the district attorney's office, business owners, and really attack this problem. And that means certainly we want our officers responding. We want our district attorneys being out in the community, working with law enforcement, and we're going to use our strategic prosecution resources to really look at that and try to head this off as much as we can. And overall, it's clear, and what I'm trying to send is a message to say, going forward, this is a new era. We're going to be out actively seeking this, working on these, coming after these individuals, because we want to create a different environment here in Portland, an environment that says it's healthy and safe for businesses to thrive. It is not healthy and safe for criminals to act with impunity.
We heard mention of a alleged ringleader. Do we believe there is a ringleader? And also, how many people do you believe is involved in this?
So we have two identified individuals at this point. It's Ms. Carlisle and Mr. Lucero. We know that there are additional people, upwards of 10. I do not know of a ringleader, as they all act pretty much in concert with one another. It's a similar style as Officer Walker. Organized, professional type crime that is being committed, but I'm not aware of a ringleader at this point.
What about the other half of this? Where does the stuff go? They must have a pipeline or something to get rid of the stuff. Where is it?
So a majority of the losses have been monetary. As I'd mentioned previously, they do spend that on lifestyle. They're spending it on travel, on lodging, and on fine food. There are items that are being sold, and we keep a lookout. We're looking on Craigslist. We're looking on OfferUp. We're trying to locate these items that have been taken from the victims here and get them back to them.
Anybody else? Okay.
Can I ask a question non-related?
Just a second. Ezekiel has a question.
Do you guys feel this time the mayor of the Portland area is going to give you the right support to go after this financially, specifically for the fight this guy again to do his job?
So it's an excellent question, and what it is about funding and support, and that comes in two ways. So yes, certainly through the city budget, when we talk about funding for our fine officers here, we're talking about the mayor and our new city council, and we are coming up on some difficult decisions and times. And I would urge the public, if this is an area of interest for you, to reach out to your local city councilors and reach out to the mayor and let them know how important it is to support local law enforcement. And as well, with the district attorney's office, we're also facing constraints at this time through our county commissioners. And certainly we're going to be looking at how we can do everything we can to effectively deliver public safety under those budgetary constraints, and we're looking at certainly asking for additional resources as well.
And following that, one more question. Do you guys invite that person here to face us and talk to us about what it's going to do about us, help us?
Here's what happens that every day, well, I don't know about every day, but the county commission is over here on, I believe it's right off of the Hawthorne Bridge, and then you have City Hall. That's typically where they receive public comment on a regular basis. There will be opportunities where we could potentially invite them to be a part of this discussion as well.
Definitely, it will be very important for us to know what's happening.
Yeah.
Of course. Thank you.
Chelsea, you got an off-topic question?
A question about the other incident involving a Good Samaritan murdered by two teenagers who were arrested for allegedly murder. Can you talk about if they're going to be charged as adults? There was some talk about a purse snatching ring. Or can you give us any info on that?
Here's all I can comment, because it is one that involves juveniles, so it makes it a little more difficult. But the process that we're going to go through is it will evaluate that. It will first be in our juvenile court, and then we will look at what's called a waiver to adult court. It's a process inside my office where we'll kind of go through the facts and determine if it's appropriate for waiver. Then we will go to the juvenile court and request that hearing, at which time the court will make a decision about whether or not the juveniles will be waived into adult court. I'll tell you that if there's charges of murder or other serious crimes and someone is between the ages of 15 to 18, they go to juvenile court. And right now, since that law changed, and it's been several years, we've only had 2 cases in the entire state of Oregon that I'm aware of that have been waived up into adult court. So it's extremely difficult. It's extremely difficult.
And to clarify, the office has not made that decision whether to ask for the waiver?
Yeah, I believe we just had the second arrest this week, and so we are going to carefully evaluate all that information that comes forward to make that determination.
Can you talk about the ring of what you say is upwards of about 10, kind of what you're looking for within that ring? Who are these people? Are they men, women, ages, kind of whatever description you're able to give?
So this is an ongoing investigation right now, and I'm not really able to divulge any further details on the other ring members. But again, there will be announcements in the very near future on developments on the case.
Are you worried they might flee now that these 2 other members are arrested?
That's a possibility that they flee, but if we know who they are, ultimately we will find them and they will be held accountable.
Okay, you guys good? And if you could just make sure that as you're wrapping up your reports, let people know that police are still looking for more victim businesses, and if there's any tips or businesses that are affected, please contact Portland Police.
Is there a direct contact for that? Because oftentimes, again, as a small business owner, contacting Portland Police hasn't been the most thorough thing. Is there a direct for this case?
I can talk to you about that. Yeah, if you can just reach out.
Yeah, just don't want to keep bothering you.
No, no.